Are you between 65 and 80 and wondering if you have what it takes to live to 100? There are specific abilities that almost every centenarian still possesses, and if you can still do them, science says you're on the right track to exceptional longevity. In the next 15 minutes, I'll reveal the exact 5 abilities that researchers use to predict who will live to 100, plus simple ways to maintain or improve, each one starting today. Most importantly, I'll show you ability number 3, something that 95% of people who live past 100 can still do effortlessly, but only 60% of 70-year-olds can manage without getting completely winded. Thomas, a 102-year-old retired mechanic from Portland, Maine, still demonstrates all 5 key abilities that Harvard researchers identified as the strongest predictors of reaching 100. When scientists tested him last year, they were amazed to find he performed better than many people 20 years younger. His secret wasn't luck or good genes, but maintaining these specific abilities throughout his senior years. Ability 1. Standing on one foot for 10 seconds. Can you still stand on one foot for a full 10 seconds without holding onto anything for support? This simple test might seem trivial, but research from the Mayo Clinic shows it's one of the most accurate predictors of how long you'll live. The ability to balance on one foot requires coordination between your brain, inner ear, muscles, and nervous system. When these systems work together efficiently, it indicates that your body is aging successfully and maintaining the integration necessary for longevity. Scientists at Johns Hopkins have found that people who can balance on one foot for 10 seconds or longer have a 70% lower risk of death over the next decade compared to those who can't maintain this balance. Your balance system deteriorates naturally with age, but the rate of decline varies dramatically between individuals. The National Institute on Aging reports that people who maintain good balance throughout their senior years have significantly lower rates of falls, fractures, and the cascade of health problems that often follow serious injuries. When you can't balance properly, your brain has to work much harder to perform simple tasks, leaving less energy for other vital functions like immune system maintenance and cellular repair. Poor balance also leads to reduced physical activity as people become afraid of falling, which creates a downward spiral of muscle loss, bone density reduction, and further balance deterioration. The consequences of losing your balance ability extend far beyond the risk of falling. Harvard Medical School research indicates that balance problems are often early warning signs of cognitive decline, as the same brain regions that control balance also affect memory and decision-making abilities. People who lose their balance early tend to become more sedentary, leading to cardiovascular problems, diabetes, and depression. The fear of falling becomes so overwhelming that many seniors stop engaging in social activities, leading to isolation that significantly shortens lifespan. Additionally, poor balance affects your confidence and independence, making simple activities like grocery shopping or visiting friends feel dangerous and overwhelming. Alice, a 73-year-old from Salem, Oregon, couldn't balance on one foot for even 3 seconds when she first tried this test. After 6 weeks of daily practice, she can now maintain her balance for 15 seconds and reports feeling much more confident walking on uneven surfaces. Practice this balance test every single day, starting with holding onto a chair for support and gradually reducing your reliance on external help. Stand near a wall or sturdy furniture initially, lifting one foot slightly off the ground and holding the position for as long as possible. Work on increasing your time by just 1 second each week until you can maintain the position for at least 10 seconds without any support. Incorporate heel-to-toe walking into your daily routine by walking in a straight line, placing the heel of one foot directly in front of the toes of the other foot for 10 to 15 steps. Practice standing on different surfaces, such as carpet, hardwood floors, and grass, to challenge your balance system and improve your stability in various environments. Don't wait to start working on your balance. Test yourself today and begin practicing immediately. Ability 2. Gripping with the strength of someone 20 years younger. Your grip strength is a direct window into your overall health and longevity potential, serving as what researchers call a biomarker of aging. Harvard Medical School has conducted extensive studies showing that grip strength correlates more strongly with longevity than blood pressure, cholesterol levels, or body weight. When you can maintain a strong grip well into your senior years, it indicates that your muscle mass, bone density, and nervous system are all functioning optimally. The ability to grip firmly requires coordination between your brain, spinal cord, and the muscles in your hands, arms, and shoulders. This complex coordination reflects the overall health of your neuromuscular system and your body's ability to maintain strength despite the natural aging process. Research published in the Journal of the American Medical Association followed over 140,000 adults for 4 years and found that every 11-pound decrease in grip strength was associated with a 16% higher risk of death from any cause. The study revealed that people with the strongest grips had the lowest rates of heart disease, stroke, and cancer. This connection exists because grip strength reflects your overall muscle mass, and maintaining muscle mass is crucial for metabolic health, immune function, and the body's ability to recover from illness or injury. Strong muscles also support better insulin sensitivity, which helps prevent diabetes and other metabolic disorders that significantly shorten lifespan. The decline in grip strength often signals the beginning of sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass that affects nearly every senior to some degree. When your muscles weaken, your body struggles to maintain proper posture, balance, and mobility. Weak grip strength also indicates potential problems with protein synthesis, hormone production, and cellular repair mechanisms that are essential for healthy aging. People with weak grips are more likely to experience falls, fractures, and prolonged recovery times from injuries or illnesses. The inability to grip objects firmly also affects your independence, making it difficult to open jars, carry groceries, or perform household tasks that allow you to live independently. William, a 78-year-old retired teacher from Austin, Texas, maintains a grip strength that rivals men 20 years younger by doing daily hand exercises and carrying his groceries instead of using a cart. His doctor recently told him his grip strength is in the top 10% for his age group. Test your grip strength by squeezing a tennis ball as hard as possible and holding for 10 seconds, repeating this exercise 10 times with each hand every morning. Incorporate practical grip strengthening activities into your daily routine, such as kneading bread dough, gardening without gloves, or carrying grocery bags instead of using a cart whenever possible. Use resistance bands or hand grippers for just 5 minutes each day, gradually increasing the resistance as your strength improves. Practice functional gripping activities like opening stubborn jars, wringing out washcloths, or squeezing stress balls while watching television. Avoid using tools that make gripping easier, such as jar openers or ergonomic handles, unless absolutely necessary, as these devices can lead to further weakening over time. Start strengthening your grip immediately, as every day of delay means more muscle loss that becomes increasingly difficult to reverse. Ability 3. Walking up a flight of stairs without getting winded. Can you still climb a full flight of stairs without stopping to catch your breath or feeling like your heart might burst? This ability is what separates centenarians from those who don't make it past their 80s. The American Heart Association considers stair climbing one of the most reliable indicators of cardiovascular fitness and overall longevity potential. When you can climb stairs without becoming breathless, it demonstrates that your heart, lungs, and circulatory system are working efficiently to deliver oxygen to your muscles during physical exertion. This cardiovascular efficiency is crucial for longevity because your heart is constantly working to pump blood throughout your body, and a strong, efficient heart can maintain this function for many more years than a weakened one. Research from the European Society of Cardiology found that people who can climb 4 flights of stairs in under 1 minute have exceptionally low rates of heart disease and live significantly longer than those who take longer or become breathless during the climb. The study followed over 12,000 participants for nearly 20 years and found that stair climbing ability was a better predictor of death from heart disease than traditional stress tests. This happens because stair climbing requires your cardiovascular system to rapidly increase its output, mimicking the demands placed on your heart during daily activities and emergency situations. When your heart can handle these demands efficiently, it indicates robust cardiovascular health that supports longevity. The inability to climb stairs without breathlessness often signals the early stages of heart disease, even before other symptoms appear. Harvard Medical School research shows that people who become winded, climbing just one flight of stairs, have a 300% higher risk of heart attack within the next 5 years, compared to those who can climb multiple flights easily. This breathlessness indicates that your heart is struggling to pump enough oxygen-rich blood to meet your muscles' demands, a problem that worsens over time and affects every aspect of your health. Poor cardiovascular fitness also leads to reduced physical activity, which creates a dangerous cycle of further heart weakening, muscle loss, and declining overall health. Nancy, a 74-year-old from Sarasota, Florida, went from getting winded halfway up her home stairs to climbing 3 flights at the local mall without breathing hard after just 2 months of consistent practice. She started by climbing just 5 steps at a time and gradually increased her endurance through daily practice. Begin by climbing just half a flight of stairs each day, focusing on maintaining steady breathing rather than speed, or trying to avoid breathlessness completely. Gradually increase the number of steps you climb each week, adding just 2 or 3 additional steps until you can complete a full flight comfortably. Practice deep breathing exercises while sitting or lying down to strengthen your respiratory muscles and improve your lung capacity. Walk for at least 15 minutes each day on flat surfaces to build your cardiovascular base before challenging yourself with more stair climbing. Use handrails for safety, but avoid pulling yourself up the stairs, instead focusing on using your leg muscles to lift your body weight. Test your stair climbing ability this week and start your improvement program immediately, as cardiovascular fitness declines rapidly without regular challenge. Ability 4. Learning something new. Every month, centenarians share one critical mental habit that keeps their brains sharp and their bodies healthy throughout their extended lives. They never stop learning new skills, information, or ways of thinking about the world around them. Stanford University research on successful aging shows that people who continue learning new things after age 65 have a 60% lower risk of developing dementia and live an average of 7 years longer than those who stop challenging their mind. Learning new skills creates new neural pathways in your brain, a process called neuroplasticity, which keeps your mind flexible and resilient against age-related cognitive decline. This mental stimulation also triggers the release of growth factors that protect existing brain cells and promote the development of new ones. The National Institute on Aging has documented that people who engage in lifelong learning maintain better memory, faster processing speed, and superior problem-solving abilities well into their 90s and beyond. Learning new skills requires multiple brain regions to work together, strengthening the connections between different areas and creating backup pathways that can compensate if other areas become damaged. This enhanced brain connectivity doesn't just protect against dementia, it also improves your ability to adapt to new situations, solve problems, and maintain independence as you age. Research from Johns Hopkins shows that seniors who learn new skills also have lower rates of depression and anxiety, better sleep quality, and stronger immune systems. The consequences of stopping your learning process extend far beyond mental decline. When you stop challenging your brain with new information and skills, you begin to lose cognitive flexibility, making it harder to adapt to changes in your environment, technology, or daily routines. This mental rigidity often leads to social isolation as you become less willing to try new activities or meet new people. Harvard Medical School research indicates that people who stop learning new things also experience faster physical decline, as the brain-body connection weakens and the motivation to stay physically active diminishes. The lack of mental stimulation also affects your sense of purpose and engagement with life, factors that are crucial for longevity and quality of life in your later years. Eugene, a 76-year-old retired accountant from Sacramento, California, decided to learn piano after his wife passed away. 2 years later, he performs at local senior centers and credits his musical learning with keeping his mind sharp and giving him a reason to wake up each morning with enthusiasm. Choose one new skill or area of knowledge to focus on each month, whether it's learning a musical instrument, mastering a new technology, studying a foreign language, or exploring a hobby you've always been curious about. Dedicate at least 30 minutes each day to this learning activity, treating it as seriously as you would any medical appointment or important commitment. Join classes, clubs, or online communities related to your chosen learning area to add social interaction and accountability to your mental challenge. Set specific, measurable goals for your learning, such as playing a simple song on piano, having a basic conversation in Spanish, or completing a craft project. Document your progress through photos, videos, or written records to track your improvement and maintain motivation. Choose your new learning challenge for this month right now and take the first step toward acquiring that skill today. Ability 5. Maintaining close friendships and social activities. Do you still have at least 3 close friends you see regularly and engage in weekly social activities outside your home? This ability might be the most crucial predictor of whether you'll reach 100 years old. The Harvard study of adult development, which has followed participants for over 80 years, found that people with strong social connections live longer, happier lives and have dramatically lower rates of mental decline compared to those who become socially isolated. Close friendships provide emotional support during difficult times, practical help when needed, and a sense of purpose and belonging that keeps you engaged with life. Regular social interaction stimulates your brain, challenges you to communicate effectively, and exposes you to new ideas and perspectives that keep your mind active and flexible. Research from the University of Michigan shows that seniors with strong social networks have a 50% lower risk of dementia and live an average of 3.7 years longer than those who are socially isolated. Social activities require you to use multiple cognitive skills simultaneously, including memory, attention, language processing, and emotional regulation. This mental stimulation helps maintain brain health and cognitive function well into advanced age. Additionally, friends often serve as early warning systems for health problems, noticing changes in your behavior, appearance, or abilities that you might miss yourself. They also provide motivation to maintain your appearance, stay physically active, and engage in meaningful activities that contribute to overall well-being and longevity. The consequences of social isolation are severe and well documented in medical research. The Mayo Clinic reports that loneliness has health effects equivalent to smoking 15 cigarettes per day and increases your risk of premature death by 26%. Socially isolated seniors have higher rates of depression, anxiety, and cognitive decline, as well as increased inflammation throughout their bodies that contributes to heart disease, stroke, and other serious health problems. Without regular social interaction, many seniors lose motivation to maintain their physical health, personal hygiene, and living environment. The lack of social accountability also makes it easier to develop unhealthy habits like poor eating, excessive alcohol consumption, or neglecting medical care. Ruth, an 82-year-old widow from Grand Rapids, Michigan, maintains an active social life by hosting weekly coffee meetings with 4 close friends, volunteering at the local library, and participating in a book club that meets monthly. She credits her busy social calendar with keeping her mentally sharp and physically active, despite living alone. Reach out to old friends you haven't spoken to in months or years, using phone calls, letters, or social media to re-establish connections and schedule face-to-face meetings whenever possible. Join at least one community organization, club, or volunteer group that meets regularly and aligns with your interests, values, or skills. Schedule weekly social activities such as coffee dates, lunch meetings, or shared hobbies with different friends to ensure consistent social interaction throughout each week. Be proactive in maintaining friendships by initiating contact, planning activities, and being the person who reaches out when too much time has passed without communication. Consider adopting a pet or becoming involved in pet-related activities, as pets provide companionship and create opportunities to meet other pet owners in your community. Don't wait for others to reach out to you. Take responsibility for maintaining your social connections by making specific plans with friends this week. These 5 abilities represent the difference between simply growing older and aging successfully, with the potential to reach 100 years and beyond. The remarkable thing about each of these abilities is that they can be maintained, improved, or even developed for the first time at any age with consistent effort and practice. Balance, grip strength, cardiovascular fitness, mental learning, and social connections all respond positively to regular attention and exercise, regardless of your current level or age. Starting today, you can begin working on whichever abilities need the most attention, and you'll likely see improvements within just a few weeks of consistent practice. Which of these 5 longevity abilities can you still do easily, and which ones do you need to work on starting today? Leave a comment below sharing your results from testing these abilities, and let me know which one you're going to focus on improving first. If you found this information helpful for assessing your longevity potential, please like this video and subscribe for more evidence-based health information specifically designed for seniors. Share this video with your friends and family members who are also in their 60s, 70s, or 80s, so they can test these abilities and start working on their own path to reaching 100 years old with health, independence, and vitality.